Are you waking up every night at 2 or 3 a.m., even when your bladder feels empty? What if the real reason isn't age, but a simple mistake in when you drink water? Stay with me. This one gentle change could give you back the deep, peaceful sleep your body has been missing. Have you ever found yourself waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning? Not because your bladder is full, but simply because your sleep feels broken again? You sit up, maybe glance at the clock, wondering, why now? You don't feel thirsty. You didn't drink too much before bed. And yet, night after night, the same pattern repeats. For so many elders across the world, this has quietly become their new normal, but it doesn't have to be. You might think it's just part of aging, right? And yes, our bodies change with time. But what if I told you that the real reason behind these early wake-ups isn't just your age? It's the timing of your water intake? That's right. Not how much water you drink, but when you drink it, may be silently robbing you of the deep, healing rest your body still longs for. In today's video, we're going to explore this in a way that's both honest and hopeful. We'll walk through simple, doctor-backed truths about how your body handles fluids after 60. You'll learn how just a few small shifts in your daily habits, especially your water routine, can help you sleep longer, deeper, and wake feeling truly refreshed. And don't worry, this isn't about giving up your favorite herbal tea or drinking less than your body needs. It's about drinking smarter, not harder. Because sometimes, better sleep doesn't come from another pill or test. It comes from understanding your body's rhythm and respecting its gentle signals. Let me share a little secret. In countless homes, just like yours, elders are rediscovering peaceful nights. Not by forcing their bodies to change, but by finally listening to them. Maybe for the first time in years. So if you've been struggling with broken sleep and no one seems to have a clear answer, this video may be the quiet solution you didn't know you were looking for. Stay with me, dear friend, because by the end of today's story, you might just feel like your nights and your energy belong to you again. Let's begin. As we grow older, our bodies begin to whisper to us in ways they never used to. These whispers might come as stiffness in the knees, a slower walk, or, perhaps most frustrating, a full mind at 2 a.m. even when the bladder feels nearly empty. But what's really happening inside? Let's start with something you may have never heard of: vasopressin. It's a hormone your body naturally produces to help you sleep through the night. It tells your kidneys, slow down. Let's not make too much urine while we rest. When we're younger, our vasopressin levels work beautifully, we sleep soundly, and our bladders stay calm. But after age 60, vasopressin begins to decline. This isn't a disease. It's just the gentle unfolding of time. And when this hormone drops, your kidneys don't get the message to pause. They continue filtering and producing urine even while your body is trying to sleep. The result? A bladder that fills too soon, even if you drank very little before bed. Now add to that the natural changes in your kidneys. They slow down a bit too. The filtration process takes longer. Your body's ability to balance fluids isn't as quick or efficient. And that's okay. It's part of the body's wise transition into elderhood. But there's more. The bladder itself becomes more sensitive. When you were younger, it might hold 400 to 500 milliliters of urine before sending an urge. After 60, that threshold might drop to just 150 milliliters, half a glass. That means you may feel the need to go, even when the bladder isn't actually full. I want to share a story with you, one that may sound familiar. Moan Gi, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Hyderabad, spent years believing his nightly awakenings were simply old age catching up. He tried everything: sleeping pills, cutting water completely, even going to bed later. Nothing worked. What finally brought him peace? A simple shift in perspective. When he learned that his bladder nerves were more sensitive, not broken, it changed everything. Instead of feeling helpless, he began adjusting when and how he drank water, using warm compresses and gently retraining his bladder with breathing exercises. Within weeks, he was sleeping nearly through the night, and for the first time in years, waking up with energy instead of exhaustion. So, dear elder, if your body is waking you too early, it's not because it's failing. It's because it's adapting. And once you begin to understand this rhythm, this new language of your body, you can find a new kind of rest. One that doesn't fight your age but flows with it. Let's move on and explore how small everyday habits, especially with water, can either support or sabotage this rhythm. Let's talk about a habit many of us carry quietly, believing it's harmless, maybe even helpful. After dinner, as the evening winds down, we reach for comfort. A cup of warm tea, a glass of milk, maybe a light bowl of rasam or broth. It feels good, soothing, familiar, part of our nightly routine. But here's something important to understand. After 6 or 7 p.m., your body begins preparing for rest. Your kidneys are naturally slowing down, ready to take a break with you. But when we drink too much fluid during these quiet hours, we unknowingly push our kidneys to keep working, filtering, processing, sending urine to the bladder, even while the rest of the body is begging to sleep. So what seems like a comforting act, that warm chai or milk, can actually become the reason we find ourselves wide awake at 1 o'clock or 3 a.m., struggling with the urge to go. And it's not just what we drink, but also how we think about our bathroom habits that can cause trouble. You might say, "Let me go to the bathroom just in case before bed." It sounds responsible, even logical. But what this does is teach your bladder a new habit, to feel the need to empty even when it isn't full. Over time, your nerves begin to misread the signals. A bladder that used to wait patiently now sends an alert far too soon. And then, the cycle begins, night after night, waking for tiny amounts of urine that your younger self wouldn't have even noticed. I remember an elder I once spoke with who said, "It's like my bladder has become jumpy, anxious even." And in a way, he was right. Just like our minds, our internal organs respond to routine, to repetition. If we teach them to fear being full, they begin to react before they need to. But here's the hopeful part. These patterns aren't permanent. You can gently retrain your bladder, not with force, but with patience and consistency. It starts with changing a few simple habits. Try finishing your main water intake earlier in the day. Let your evening drinks be smaller, lighter, and taken before 6:30 p.m. If you enjoy tea or milk, move it to late afternoon instead. And instead of just-in-case trips to the bathroom, pause and ask yourself, do I truly feel the need? Over time, your body will learn again how to wait, how to rest, how to let go of these false alarms. Because restful sleep isn't just about what we do at bedtime. It's about how we prepare for it hours before. In the next part, we'll explore exactly when and how to drink water in a way that works with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. Let's continue. Now that we understand how evening water habits can quietly interrupt our sleep, let's talk about what to do instead. Because the truth is, water isn't the enemy. It's still your body's best friend. It just needs to arrive at the right time. Think of your body like a gentle clock. In the early hours of the day, from sunrise until mid-afternoon, your metabolism is more active. Your heart pumps stronger, your kidneys filter faster, and your digestion is more efficient. That's when your body wants hydration the most. That's why doctors now suggest that elders aim to drink 70 to 80% of their daily water intake between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. Start your morning with a glass of room-temperature water. Then keep sipping steadily through breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, and early afternoon. Don't wait until you feel dry or dizzy. Hydration works best when it's consistent and gentle. As the sun begins to lower, so should your water intake. From 5 p.m. onward, start tapering off. Not cutting out completely, just reducing gradually. You're not denying your body. you're giving it time to process and rest. And here's a key tip. After 7:30 p.m., try to avoid drinking more than 150 milliliters of water, about 1 small glass. It's enough to keep you comfortable, but not enough to burden your kidneys or fill your bladder while you sleep. But what if you take medications at night? Many elders do, whether for blood pressure, diabetes, or joint pain. And yes, these tablets need water, but not a full glass. Instead, just a few sips, enough to swallow safely. That's all your body truly needs in that moment. And if you feel thirsty from your medication, try this simple trick. Take a spoonful of water every few minutes rather than drinking a large amount at once. It hydrates gently without flooding your system. This approach doesn't just protect your sleep, it protects your confidence. Because nothing wears down the spirit quite like feeling tired and helpless night after night. But when you take back control, 1 glass, 1 hour at a time, you start to feel a quiet strength return. Remember, good hydration isn't just about quantity. It's about timing. Drink when your body is ready to receive. And let the evening be a time of slowing down for your thoughts, your organs, and your rest. In the next part, we'll explore simple alternatives to nighttime fluids that still bring comfort without disturbing your sleep. Let's move forward. Now that we've shifted your water intake to earlier in the day, you might be wondering, but what do I do at night when I still feel the urge or just restless? This is where we welcome in something just as powerful as hydration: calm. You see, many of us drink water at night not because we're truly thirsty, but because we feel uneasy. We hope a warm drink will relax us, or we believe a few extra sips will prevent discomfort later. But what your body may truly be asking for is not liquid, it's quiet. Instead of water, let's bring in some simple soothing habits that tell your bladder and your mind it's time to rest. 1 beautiful technique is deep belly breathing. Just before bed, sit in a calm space. Place one hand on your chest, the other on your lower belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly and gently, then exhale through your mouth. Feel the belly rise and fall like a soft wave. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. It helps signal your nervous system you are safe. You can let go. Another gentle method is abdominal massage. With light fingers, rub your lower belly in a clockwise circle. This motion relaxes the muscles, soothes digestion, and reduces any residual tension near the bladder. It's a small act, but one that brings surprising relief. Let me tell you about Uncle Ramesh from Nagpur. He's 70 years old and used to wake up 3 times every night. Frustrated, he thought, maybe I just need to drink more during the night to flush out my system. But that only made things worse. Then he made one small change. He shifted his water routine, drinking most of it before 3 p.m., limiting fluids after 6:30. He added belly breathing before sleep and skipped his usual just-in-case drink at 9 p.m. The result? Within 2 weeks, he was waking only once, and after a month, sleeping through the night from 10 p.m. to sunrise. His secret wasn't medication or a fancy remedy. It was rhythm, a steady, respectful rhythm that his body began to trust. So, dear elder, if your nights feel broken, don't rush to fix them with more fluid. Instead, try replacing that nighttime glass with 5 minutes of gentle breathing, a quiet stretch, or simply placing a warm cloth on your abdomen. Sometimes, what we need isn't more, it's less. Offered with care. In the next part, we'll explore how evening meals and hidden fluids in our food can also affect sleep in ways we may not expect. Let's continue this journey, one habit at a time. Up until now, we've talked a lot about water. But did you know that many of the things you eat, especially in the evening, may be quietly contributing to those nighttime awakenings too? You see, fluids don't just come from your drinking glass. They're hidden in many of the foods we consider light or healthy, especially those we eat after sunset. Let's start with watery foods. A bowl of thin dal, a fresh cucumber and tomato salad, even a few slices of watermelon. These are all nourishing. But when eaten too late in the day, their high water content adds up. Bit by bit, they fill your bladder without you realizing it. You may go to bed thinking, I didn't drink much, but your body says otherwise. And then there's the evening habit so many of us love, a hot cup of herbal tea or masala chai. It feels comforting, doesn't it? A warm ritual before bed. But here's something important. Teas like green tea or masala chai act as mild diuretics. That means they gently encourage your kidneys to make more urine. So while they soothe the mind, they may be quietly waking the bladder. You drink too. Feel calm, only to find yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., looking for the bathroom. Let me share a story. Rayesh G, a 68-year-old from Ahmedabad, believed he was doing everything right. Each night, he ate a big raw salad with lemon and salt. He skipped dessert, drank herbal tea, and avoided late-night snacks. Still, his sleep broke 2 or 3 times every night. When he finally moved his salad to lunchtime and swapped his evening tea for a warm, dry snack, something as simple as roasted chickpeas, the change was almost immediate. Within a week, he was sleeping 6 straight hours. There's also the salty snack trap. Papads, pickles, or heavily spiced curries. They may not seem like fluid, but salt makes us thirstier. And what happens when we're thirsty at night? We drink. And when we drink, we wake. So, what's the takeaway? You don't need to give up your favorite foods, but you can shift them to earlier in the day. Enjoy your soup at lunch. Have your salad at noon. Let your dinner be warm, light, and dry. The kind of meal that leaves your stomach satisfied and your bladder undisturbed. Because good sleep isn't just about avoiding caffeine or turning off the TV early. It starts with what's on your plate. In the next part, we'll look at gentle lifestyle changes like movement, sleep position, and environment that can further support restful nights. Let's continue. Sometimes it's not just what we drink or when we drink that affects our sleep. It's how we move, how we rest, and even how we prepare our space at night. Let's begin with a small but powerful shift. Morning movement. As we age, our blood circulation slows down, and without realizing it, a little extra fluid starts to collect in our legs and feet during the day. It may not be visible swelling, but it's there, quietly settling. Then, when you lie down at night, gravity changes. That fluid moves back up toward your heart and kidneys, triggering more urine production, just when you want to sleep. Here's the good news. This can be gently reversed. A short morning walk in the sunlight, a few minutes of leg stretches while sitting, or even lifting your feet up and circling your ankles. All of these simple movements help your body release that extra fluid earlier in the day. The result? Less nighttime urgency, more peaceful rest. Now, let's talk about how you sleep, your position, and your clothes. Many elders sleep flat on their backs, with heavy pillows or thick bedding. But research shows that sleeping on your left side with a light pillow under your head and another between your knees can make a big difference. This position eases pressure on your bladder, improves digestion, and supports your heart circulation. It helps your body feel supported, grounded, and calm. As for what you wear, think light and breathable. A soft cotton nightgown, a thin sheet, an airy room. Many elders were raised with the belief that warmth equals safety. And while that's true in colder climates, in modern homes or humid evenings, too much heat can backfire. It causes sweating, thirst, and yes, more kidney activity. So open a window, use a fan, keep your bedding simple. Let your body breathe as it rests. And finally, here's something many don't realize. Not every signal from your bladder is urgent. If you wake in the middle of the night, don't rush to the toilet out of habit. Pause. Sit up. Ask yourself, do I really feel full? If the answer is no, stay still. Take 5 slow breaths. Relax your belly. You may find that the feeling passes and you fall back asleep peacefully. Let me share one last story. Shantami, a soft-spoken 74-year-old from Kochi, used to wake twice a night, even when her bladder was nearly empty. But once she began sleeping on her side, wearing cotton clothes, and taking 5 deep breaths before reacting to any nighttime signal, her sleep transformed. It feels, she told me, like my body is no longer working against me, it's with me again. So dear elder, these are not complicated routines. They are small acts of respect for your body, for your rest, and for the life you're still living fully each day. In the next part, we'll gently clear up a few common myths that might be quietly working against your sleep, even with the best intentions. Let's move forward together. Now let's take a moment to talk about some of the most common beliefs, or should I say, misbeliefs, that many of us have carried quietly for years. These ideas often come from well-meaning friends, elders, or even our own habits formed over time. But sometimes, these myths do more harm than good, especially when it comes to nighttime urination. Let's start with the first one, and it's a big one. If I drink less water, I'll wake up less. It sounds logical, right? Less in means less out. But here's the truth. When you don't drink enough water during the day, your body becomes mildly dehydrated. And guess when your kidneys work harder to fix that imbalance? At night. When you finally lie down, your blood is thicker. Your kidneys are more active, and suddenly, your bladder starts filling up just when your mind is ready to rest. So paradoxically, drinking less water can lead to more night trips, not fewer. Next comes the second myth, one I often hear from older men: it's just my prostate. Yes, prostate issues can absolutely play a role, but they're not the only cause of nighttime urination. In fact, many women who don't even have a prostate struggle with the exact same issue. What we often miss is that bladder sensitivity, hormone changes, fluid timing, and sleep quality all play an equal role. By blaming only the prostate, we may overlook simple lifestyle changes that could offer real relief. And finally, here's one many of us do without even thinking: I'll just go to the bathroom one more time before bed, just in case. The intention is good, but this habit sends the wrong message to your bladder. Over time, it trains your body to feel urgency even when there's barely any urine inside. The bladder, like a child, learns what it's taught. If it's told every night, you must empty now, even when you're not full, it will eventually believe that message and keep sending false alarms. But here's the good news: myths can be unlearned, and the body can relearn balance. It starts with gentle changes, like we've discussed. Drinking the right amount at the right time, trusting your body's signals instead of overriding them, and creating evening habits that honor rest instead of rushing it. Remember, knowledge isn't about rejecting the old ways, it's about adapting them with awareness. So if any of these myths have shaped your routine, don't worry. Now that you know better, you can begin to sleep better. In the next part, we'll tie all of this together and look at how the simple act of timing your water, not restricting it, can transform your nights. Let's keep going. Let me share with you one of the most gentle but powerful truths I've learned from elders across the country, and from thoughtful doctors who truly listen. It's not about drinking less. It's about drinking at the right time. So many seniors, in the hope of sleeping better, try to cut back on water. They sip less. They even avoid drinking altogether after lunch. But what they don't realize is this: your body still needs hydration. Just not all at once, and not late in the day. That's why timing matters so deeply. Let me tell you about Lakshmi Maggi from Coimbatore. A graceful 70-year-old woman. She was waking up 3 times each night, always around the same hours. She thought it was just her age catching up. Her body felt tired, her mind restless, and mornings no longer brought the peace they once did. But then she made just one change. She shifted her water intake. Earlier, drinking most of her water before 3 p.m. and sipping gently until 6:30 p.m. After that, she limited herself to just 2 small sips before bed, enough to take her medicine. Nothing more. Within 1 week, she was sleeping 7 full hours, no medication, no frustration, just peace. I didn't know my body could still feel this refreshed, she told me, with a smile that spoke volumes. And that, dear friend, is the lesson. Your body has not forgotten how to rest. Even if your sleep has felt broken lately, even if you've been waking up too often, even if it's been months or years since you last felt truly rested, your body still remembers the rhythm of rest. It only needs your support, given with patience, care, and understanding. So rather than ask yourself, am I drinking too much? Try asking, am I drinking at the right time? Are you giving your kidneys and bladder the space to work with you, not against you? Are you honoring the quiet wisdom of your body, or simply following old habits that no longer serve you? Because the truth is, healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it comes in soft changes, a shifted schedule, a gentler sip, an earlier glass of water. And when you begin to live by your body's natural clock, you don't just sleep better, you wake better. In the final part of this video, I want to leave you with a few words that bring it all together. A gentle reminder that good sleep is not a gift you've lost. It's a rhythm you can return to. Let's move to the closing thoughts. Dear elder, if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for caring. For showing up with curiosity, with patience, and with the quiet hope that sleep can feel peaceful again. Because here's the truth we sometimes forget. Just because we grow older doesn't mean we must accept restless nights as normal. Your body, though changed, is still wise. It still wants to heal, to rest, and to restore itself, just as it did when you were younger. But now it speaks a little differently, and all it asks is that you listen, gently. We've talked about many things: water timing, meal choices, bladder sensitivity, even how naps or posture can shape our nights. But the message behind every one of these ideas is simple. You don't need to fight your body. You only need to flow with it. Instead of resisting the changes that come with age, what if we honored them? What if we chose small adjustments? Not drastic overhauls, but tiny shifts in when we sip water, when we eat dinner, or how we breathe before bed. These are not difficult. They don't require medicine or money or perfect discipline. Just a little awareness, a little patience, and a lot of love for yourself. Remember, restful sleep is not a luxury. It's not a reward. It's your birthright. And sometimes, restoring it starts with something as small as moving your cup of water from 8 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., or choosing to nap for just 20 minutes instead of an hour. These choices, though quiet, speak loudly to your body. They say, I see you, I support you, let's rest together. So tonight, when you lie down, try one small thing differently. Just one, and then listen. Trust that your body will respond. And if this video gave you even a single new idea, or a little moment of peace, I invite you to type the word rest in the comments below. Let it be a gentle promise to yourself. And as always, if you found this message helpful, please subscribe to our channel, The Elder's Guide, and share this with someone you love, because restful nights should never be a secret. Until next time, I wish you deep sleep, peaceful dreams, and a morning that feels light on your eyes and kind to your heart.